Hello everybody, welcome to the Decks of the Weekend. Today on Tuesday here on YouTube because yesterday I was returning from my holiday, went to beautiful Sicily for a weekend. It's still super hot, really felt like summer over there. It was amazing. Back to my usual stuff, back to my Deck of the Weekend. This is my weekly video where I highlight some of the decks that caught my attention during the weekend. And the modern space definitely goes to this four-color beans deck that Tristan White de la Rue went to the top 8 of the Mox showcase. That's a 10-round Swiss event, so over 500 players competed in that one, and Tristan started 8th and then lost a bunch of in a row, but this deck idea has definitely been the talk of the town for many days at this point. It started with Spike. I actually have a video with this deck, with my version of this deck, with some Crushing Footfalls in the mix tomorrow here on my YouTube channel. But I will also be playing this deck from Tristan. So why is he playing 70 cards? That's the most important stuff, because obviously we're very used to see 60 cards deck, but ever since Yorin came out, people are just experimenting even with weirder numbers. You have the best cards in your deck are clearly Lilian Binding and Up the Beanstalk, and those are the cards that you want to draw the most in your opening hand. So why going up to 70? Well, because it gets you some. You get to play some cards that you're really happy to play late game, such as Time Warp or Bring to Light and Commandeer, but you don't necessarily want to start your opening game with them. This list also, you get to play some weirder land, like for example Prairie Stream. One of the problems with Omnath decks are that after you got your 3 basic lands, your lands are either tap lands or they lose you 3 life, or 2 life. And seeing check lands, or I don't know the name of these, but like seeing the Prairie Stream cycle is definitely an interesting one that we haven't really seen. Like you see Cinder Glade and Scape Shifted, but that's about it. And again, there's the black splash for Murderous Cut and the red splash for Omnath. Spike list is playing with Fury and Bloodbraid Elf, whereas this deck list uses Force of Negation. I would say there isn't a ubiquitous version of this Cascade that cascades into Up the Beanstalk. This card is so powerful that you want to play 12 copies of it. Definitely the most impactful card of March of the Machine, and we're gonna see a lot of this card for sure. There was also a ban announcement that happened yesterday, although as all the people, not all the people, but anyone who I know plays a lot of Modern foresaw the no ban, and it did happen. Nothing changed in Modern, and nothing changed in either formats. Magic formats right now are all good and balanced. It might be unfun to get Grave turn 1, but that deck is winning. That deck is definitely one of the best decks in the format, but you can't just spend the best deck in the format every time you want. There's a lot of great options, and as soon as you move the tick a little bit, things might get rough. So right now Modern is a great place. I look forward to play the LMS in Prague, sorry, in Sofia this weekend. I still don't know what to play. This is gonna be my last week of testing, and maybe I might live up some Eagles of the North. I definitely have to try this deck again, so this is definitely a very interesting one. Let's go over to Pioneer. There was also the Mox playoff, sorry, the Mox showcase of Pioneer as well. Again, this format has seen the RC in Lille, but there's a bunch of new RCs around. Last week in the podcast, we talked about Pioneer and the European RC. And we talked about Borsenbok with Imodian's Recruiter, and this deck came to second place by Chichajira. The winner is Jabberwocky on Rakdos Sacrifice, so kind of stuck there. But Boris Convoke, this is a, Imodian's Recruiter is even replacing Reckless Bushwalker, which kind of felt like the very good card from this archetype. I mean, Boris Convoke has been around for a while now, ever since Netera and Tobias has been printed, and it's now even better thanks to Imodian's Recruiter, and this list looks pretty good, pretty round. Finally, let's go over to Legacy. I still like my blue-black scam. I am probably keep on play that for a while now, but I've seen this Maverick deck top 4 in a challenge, and this is definitely something interesting, something that Magic players love to think about the good old days of Magic when we were young and playing Magic every time, the whole day, and some of us were playing Maverick. It wasn't me, I was mostly on the blue side, but some players are leaving up some Savannas and Night of the Reliquaries. And now Maverick is splashing black for Grist, which you can tutor up with Zenith, and for Orcish Bowmaster. You have, of course, Hierarchs, you have Once Upon a Time, Fiend Artisan, it's like your toolbox type of stuff, alongside with Net of the Require having a toolbox for lands with Gas, Cradle, Caracas, and such. And Fiend Artisan, you have the toolbox for creatures with Questing Beast, Palace Jailer, Endurance, and Grace, because of course it's a creature in your deck. You also Renegade Rallier, which is pretty cool. Imagine you pay 3, you sack your Bowmaster, and you get Rallier, you bring back Bowmaster. Actually, you have to pay 4, but yeah, you understood me. The Renegade Rallier is sweet. I remember playing this card in Modern with my VEEDEO deck. Today, later, I don't have a deck of the weekend for Pauper because most decks are similar to the usuals, but later today I will have a Pauper video. I'll be playing the blue-white affinity deck. And I also have a very catchy thumbnail saying this deck is the best deck in Pauper, which I actually believe that. If you watch the video, this deck definitely has some crazy good start thanks to all that glitter. So it's a very powerful format right now, Pauper. And this deck, it's doing something very unfair, but thumbnails aside, it's still balanced. No need to actually. Speaking of no need to ban anything, you guys, if you're watching this also for Pauper and you missed it, you should watch Gavin Vere's video. He released a video about the Pauper format panel thoughts and what do they think. A check-in basically called Just Sweet. I think it's very sweet things that Wizards just said. Every format's cool. Bye. Whereas the Pauper format panel has this like a YouTube video. Which I found it very interesting, and I suggest you to hear what they say for 6 minutes. And yeah, outside of that, thank you all for watching. As always, I'll be back every day on my YouTube channel with a new gameplay video of a Magic Online League. And yeah, stick around if you enjoyed this. Bye bye.